Welcome to tonight's top news stories from around the world. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Noreen. Let's get started with the headlines making waves right now. Trump signed order to end collective bargaining in national security agencies. Trump announces Skadden law firm's $100 million pro bono deal to avoid executive orders. Elon Musk changes plans for Wisconsin visit after controversy over $2 million offer. Vice President J.D. Vance criticizes Denmark as Trump pushes for Greenland acquisition. US and Lithuanian forces working relentlessly to recover missing soldiers. Governor Hochul announces $7.5 million bridge replacement project in Onondaga County. Mayor Adams opens new affordable housing site for women-led households in the Bronx. Putin said US plan to control Greenland was serious and a security concern. Deadly earthquakes strike Myanmar and Thailand, over 150 dead. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus promoted Bangladesh as a global manufacturing hub. Alexandra Yala's Miami run ended after historic wins. And Spanish court overturns Dani Alves' rape conviction due to lack of evidence. You are listening to Headlines Now News in detail. President Donald Trump signed an executive order on March 27, 2025 to end collective bargaining for federal labor unions in agencies responsible for national security. The order affected the Departments of State, Defense, Veterans Affairs, Energy, Treasury, Justice, and parts of Homeland Security. However, police and firefighters could still bargain collectively. Trump said the 1978 law gave him the power to remove union rights in these agencies to protect national security. The American Federation of Government Employees, representing 820,000 workers, announced legal action against the order. Union leaders criticized the decision, calling it an attack on workers' rights. AFL-CIO President Liz Schuler said it was meant to punish unions for challenging Trump's policies in court. Earlier this month, the Trump administration ended a union agreement for TSA employees. The White House stated that Trump supported unions that cooperated with him but would not allow obstruction in national security operations. President Donald Trump announced on March 28, 2025 that law firm Skadden, Arps, Slate, Meagher and Flom had agreed to provide more than $100 million in pro bono work for causes supported by his administration. This deal came as part of a broader strategy to avoid the impact of Trump's recent executive orders targeting law firms that had opposed him politically. Skadden became the second major law firm to make such an agreement, following a similar deal with Paul Weiss earlier this month. Trump had issued executive orders against law firms like Perkins Coie, Jenner and Block, and WilmerHale, all of which had filed lawsuits against his administration. In addition to the pro bono commitment, Trump said Skadden would not engage in illegal DEI discrimination and would work with outside counsel to ensure fair employment practices. The firm also pledged to represent politically disenfranchised groups regardless of the personal political views of individual lawyers. Jeremy Lunton, Skadden's executive partner, expressed satisfaction with the agreement, noting the firm's proactive approach in reaching a constructive deal with the Trump administration. Elon Musk clarified his reasons for visiting Wisconsin ahead of the state Supreme Court election following a controversial social media post. Initially, Musk had promised to personally give $2 million to two voters who had cast their ballots, but he deleted the post after it raised legal concerns about potential election bribery. Musk later explained that the $2 million would go to individuals acting as a spokesman for an online petition against activist judges. He also stated that the event would be open to those who signed the petition, not just voters. His original offer, which appeared to violate Wisconsin law, drew calls for an investigation. The Wisconsin Supreme Court race has become a national focus with significant financial backing from both Musk and his opponents. Trump has endorsed Brad Schimmel, while his rival Susan Crawford is supported by a broad coalition of Democrats. Musk's Political Action Committee has already spent millions backing Schimmel, whose campaign has faced criticism for its ties to the billionaire. The election could have lasting impacts on key state policies, including abortion and voting laws. Vice President J.D. Vance, accompanied by his wife Usha, visited Greenland on a trip focused on U.S. policy and Arctic security. During his visit, Vance criticized Denmark's management of Greenland, claiming that the U.S. base there has become less secure due to Denmark's neglect. He emphasized Greenland's importance for U.S. national security, especially given the rising interests of Russia and China in the Arctic region. Vance also addressed Greenland's potential future, suggesting that its people may choose independence from Denmark. While President Trump has expressed strong desires to acquire Greenland, Vance clarified that the administration believes military force won't be necessary. The people of Greenland are rational and good, and we think we can make a deal, Vance said. The visit comes amid ongoing tensions between the U.S. and Denmark over Greenland's future. Trump has not ruled out the idea of U.S. control, despite strong opposition from Greenland's leaders and citizens. A recent poll shows 85% of Greenland's oppose becoming part of the U.S., but Trump remains determined, stressing the strategic value of the territory for American security. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. The U.S. Army has said recovering 4 soldiers missing in Lithuania will be a long and difficult operation. The soldiers assigned to the 1st Brigade, 3rd Infantry Division, went missing on Tuesday while trying to recover another vehicle in the Pabred training area near the Belarus border. Their vehicle, a 70-ton M88 Hercules armored recovery vehicle, was found submerged in a bogey area 15 feet underwater. Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda visited the site on Friday and expressed hope for a miracle despite the challenging conditions. The The U.S. Army stated that draining the waterlogged area has been slow due to groundwater seepage. Efforts to recover the vehicle involved heavy military equipment, including cranes and slurry pumps. The Polish armed forces also volunteered to assist. U.S. Army officials remain committed to the mission, aiming to bring the missing soldiers home and provide clear answers to their families. Governor Kathy Hochul announced the beginning of a $7.5 million project to replace the Town Line Road bridge over I-90 in Onondaga County. Built in 1953, the current bridge carries Town Line Road over the thruway and serves approximately 12,400 vehicles daily. The new bridge will feature increased vertical clearances, reducing bridge strikes and enhancing safety. The project will also improve roadway conditions and prevent future disruptions. The Town Line Road Bridge will close on March 31st for the duration of the project with a signed detour in place. The construction is expected to finish by fall 2025. Governor Hochul emphasized the importance of investing in infrastructure to improve travel and connectivity in the community. The Thruway Authority and local officials have pledged to ensure safety throughout the project, including implementing speed enforcement in work zones. The Tioga Construction Company Inc. is handling the project after a competitive bidding process. Mayor Eric Adams and DSS Commissioner Molly Waso-Park celebrated the opening of a 64-unit affordable housing site in the Bronx, specifically prioritizing women-led households. This marks the first affordable housing services site dedicated to women-led families. The site is part of the city's effort to create more deeply affordable housing for New Yorkers in shelter. Since launching the AHS initiative, over 460 affordable homes have been created, with an additional 568 homes set to open soon. The new building provides a stable, permanent housing for women and their families, helping them achieve financial independence. The project also supports Mayor Adams' commitment to gender equity as part of the Women Forward NYC initiatives. This housing initiative is part of a broader effort to address the city's ongoing housing crisis and provide long-term, affordable housing solutions for those in need. The city continues to work with non-profits to create additional housing opportunities. Now it's time for global updates. Russian President Vladimir Putin said the US had serious plans to take control of Greenland and warned that the Arctic could become a future conflict zone. He made the statement at an Arctic forum in Murmansk. US President Trump had pushed for control of Greenland since taking office in January, saying it was necessary for international security. Putin said these were not just casual remarks but part of long-term American plans. Russia was not directly involved in Greenland's status, but Moscow worried that NATO countries were preparing to use the Arctic for military purposes. He said Western nations had been increasing their presence in the region. Putin also warned that global tensions in the Arctic might grow if countries continued their military build-up. He urged international cooperation to avoid future conflicts. The US had not officially responded to Putin's statement, but discussions about Greenland's strategic importance continued in Washington. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Two powerful earthquakes struck Myanmar and Thailand, killing at least 144 people in Myanmar and 10 in Bangkok. The quakes also left dozens trapped under a collapsed skyscraper. Myanmar's military government said 730 people were injured and the death toll could rise. The first earthquake, with a magnitude of 7.7, hit near Mandalay, followed by a 6.4 aftershock. Buildings collapsed, roads cracked, and hospitals struggled with mass casualties. The government asked for international help, including blood donations. In Bangkok, a high-rise under construction collapsed, killing 10 people and leaving 101 missing. Public transport stopped and people fled buildings in panic. Thai authorities launched rescue efforts and the Prime Minister held an emergency meeting. Rescue workers searched for survivors in both countries and more aftershocks were expected. Authorities warned people to stay cautious as recovery efforts continued. Chief Advisor of Bangladesh, Professor Muhammad Yunus, called on Chinese business leaders to invest in Bangladesh, saying the country could become a key production hub for global markets. He spoke at an investment dialogue in China, emphasizing Bangladesh's strategic location and strong workforce. Yunus highlighted that Bangladesh had access to major markets and no trade restrictions, making it attractive for investment. He encouraged Chinese companies to set up factories and export products worldwide. He also discussed Bangladesh's young, skilled workforce, which could drive industrial growth. Top Chinese business leaders attended the event, expressing interest in expanding investments in Bangladesh. They urged Bangladesh to organize more investment forums in China. Yunus also met with China's Vice President Han Zheng and other key officials to strengthen economic ties. He planned to visit Peking University to receive an honorary doctorate. More Chinese investors were expected to join an upcoming investment summit in Dhaka. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Alexander Ola's remarkable Miami Open journey ended after a hard-fought semi-final loss. The 19-year-old from the Philippines, ranked number 140, shocked the tennis world by defeating three Grand Slam champions in a row: Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and Iga Swiatek. Ola's victories made history, as no Filipina had ever beaten a Grand Slam champion before. Filipino fans celebrated her success, with thousands watching her matches online and in public gatherings. Despite losing to world number 4 Jessica Pegula in 3 sets, Ola's performance proved her potential on the biggest stage. Her success in Miami has opened new opportunities, with endorsements and global recognition now expected. As she moves forward, managing expectations and maintaining her form will be key. Meanwhile, Pegula will face world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in the Miami Open final, a highly anticipated match between two of the tour's top players. A Spanish court overturned Dani Alves' rape conviction, citing a lack of evidence. Alves, 41 years old, had been sentenced in February last year for allegedly raping a woman in a Barcelona nightclub on December 31, 2022. He was released on bail in March last year while awaiting his appeal. The appeals court ruled that there were inconsistencies in the evidence and the accuser's testimony. As a result, all restrictions on Alves were lifted, including his travel ban. His lawyer said justice was served, while the accuser's lawyer announced plans to appeal the decision. Spain's equality minister called for the judiciary to rethink how rape cases are handled. The ruling may now go to the Supreme Court for further review. Alves, a former Barcelona star, had a successful football career, winning multiple titles. He was playing for Mexican club Pumas Unam at the time of his arrest, but was later sacked. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,534.72. The NYSE Composite is decreased by 51.11 points or 0.26%. Tokyo stock close price is 37,120.33. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 679.64 points or 1.80%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,351.31. The Shanghai index is decreased by 22.44 points or 0.67%. Hong Kong stock close price is 23,426.60. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 152.20 points or 0.65%. Bombay stock close price is 77,414.92. The Sensex index is decreased by 191.51 points or 0.25%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Trump signed order to end collective bargaining in national security agencies. Trump announces Skadden law firm's $100 million pro bono deal to avoid executive orders. Elon Musk changes plans for Wisconsin visit after controversy over $2 million offer. Vice President J.D. Vance criticizes Denmark as Trump pushes for Greenland accusation. US and Lithuanian forces working relentlessly to recover missing soldiers. Governor Hochul announces $7.5 million bridge replacement project in Onondaga County. Mayor Adams opens new affordable housing site for women-led households in the Bronx. Putin said US plan to control Greenland was serious and a security concern. Deadly earthquakes strike Myanmar and Thailand, over 150 dead. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus promoted Bangladesh as a global manufacturing hub. Alexandre Yala's Miami run ended after historic wins. And Spanish court overturns Dani Alves' rape conviction due to lack of evidence. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all smart TVs and Roku TV, Amazon TV, Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia, available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jadoo TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.